and good morning students. As you know, we are revising the chapter circle. In that we have revised many of the points which we learned in the previous classes. So we have revised some of the properties of the chords. That is the first property, perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle on its chord bisects the chord. One more property, the segment joining the center of the circle and midpoint of its chord is perpendicular to the chord, and congruent chords of circle are equidistant from the center of the circle. These three properties we have revised. So today let us revise one more property of the congruent chords, that is the chords of a circle equidistant from the center of the circle are congruent. So what does this mean? It means that the chords which are at the equal distance from the center of the circle are congruent. These two are the chords, chord AB and chord CD. These two are the chords. We have to show that these two chords are equidistant from the center of the circle. We have to show that OP and OQ are equal. We have to show that AB, chord AB and chord CD are congruent. So let us see how we will prove that chord AB is congruent to chord CD. So O is the center of the circle. O is the center of the circle. And AB and CD are the two chords. AB and CD are two chords. So what we have to prove? We have to prove that chord AB is congruent to chord CD. Chord AB is congruent to chord CD. So construction, OP is perpendicular to chord AB, OP is perpendicular to the chord AB and OQ is perpendicular to the chord CD. OP is perpendicular to chord AB and OQ is perpendicular to the chord CD. We have to join OA and OD. This is the dotted line joining OA and OD. Join segment OA and OD. Now proof. So we know that when we observe the triangle OPA and triangle OQD, the triangle OPA and triangle OQD in triangle OPA, these two are right angle triangle. Triangle OPA and OQD are the right angle triangle. OA is hypotenuse of the triangle OPA and OD is the hypotenuse of the triangle OQD. So OA is equal to OD. OA is congruent to OD because they are the radius of the circle. So we can write hypotenuse OA is congruent to hypotenuse OD. So we can write segment OA is congruent to segment OD because they are the radii of the same circle. These are the radius of the same circle. and the radius of the same circle are congruent. Now, triangle OPA is congruent to triangle OQD by the right hypotenuse side congruent criteria. Triangle OPA is congruent to triangle OQD by the right hypotenuse side congruent criteria. What does this mean, right hypotenuse side congruent criteria or the right hypotenuse theorem? What does it say? See here, if two angles of two triangle are right angle and their hypotenuse is also equal and one side is also equal, then those two triangles are congruent. So by this we can say segment AP is congruent to segment QD, segment AP is congruent to segment QD, because this is a perpendicular line drawn from the center of the circle on this chord AB, and OQ is a perpendicular line drawn from the center of the circle on this chord CD. So this is going to bisect the chord and we will get the AP and QD. So therefore we can say AB is equal to CD, because AP is half the length of AB, AP is half the length of AB, and QD is half the length of CD. So therefore we can say segment AB is congruent to segment CD. Segment AB is congruent to the, or we can say the chord AB is congruent to the chord CD. So here we have proved this. So let us revise some questions based on this. So first one here it is, radius of circle is 10 centimeter. There are two chords of length 16 centimeter each. What will be the distance of these chords from the center of the circle? Two chords are given, PQ and RS, and their length is 16 centimeter. RS is of 16 centimeter, PQ is also of 16 centimeter, and the radius of the circle is given as 10 centimeter. What we have to find? We have to find the distance of this chord from the center of the circle. This OB and OA we have to find. O is the center of the circle. O is the center of the circle. PQ and RS are the two chords. Are two chords of length 16 centimeter. So we can write PQ is equal to RS is equal to 16 centimeter. Next the radius is given. Radius OR and OP are the radius, which is 10 centimeters. OR radius OR is equal to OP is equal to 10 centimeters. So now we know that OA is perpendicular to the chord PQ and OB is perpendicular to the chord RS. OA is perpendicular to the chord PQ and OB is perpendicular to the chord RS. So this perpendicular is drawn from the center of the circle, bisects the chord. OA will bisect the chord PQ into PA and AQ. OB is the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle on the chord RS, which will bisect the chord RS into RB and BS. So we know that PA, when this OA will bisect the chord PQ, so what will get? PA and AQ. PA is equal to AQ is equal to, they are half the length of PQ. They are half the length of PQ. So PA is equal to AQ is equal to half into what is the PQ? It is of 16 centimeter. So this will get as 8 centimeter. PA is equal to AQ is equal to 8 centimeter. Now observe the triangle OAP. Triangle OAP. It is a right angle triangle. Triangle OAP is the right angle triangle, that is, it is of 90 degree. So by using the Pythagoras theorem, in triangle OAP, by Pythagoras theorem, OP square is equal to OA square plus PA square. OP square is equal to OA square plus PA square. So OP is of 10 centimeter. So this will be 10 square is equal to, we have to find the OA length. So this remains as it is, plus PA, it is 8 centimeter. So this will be 8 square. Is equal to OA square plus 8 square is 64. So 100 minus 64 is equal to OA square. So OA square is equal to 100 minus 64, that is 36. So OA is equal to under root 36. OA is equal to 6. So OA is of 6 centimeter. The length of OA is 6 centimeter. Now see, both the chords are of equal length. These two chords are of equal length. RS is also of 16 centimeter. PQ is also of 16 centimeter. So congruent chords are equidistant from the center. These two are the congruent chords, and congruent chords are equidistant from the center. This is the property. So if PQ is at the distance of 6 centimeter from the center of the circle, then chord RS is also with the same distance from the center of the circle. So we can write that chord PQ is congruent to chord RS, which is equal to 16 centimeter. So the congruent chords are equidistant from the center. So we can write, if the length of OA is 6 centimeter, then OA is equal to OB. OA is equal to OB is equal to 6 centimeters. So both the chords are at the distance of 6 centimeter from the center of the circle. So now let us see one more question. Let us revise this question. Segment PM and segment PN are congruent chords of circle with center C. Show that the ray PC is the bisector of angle NPM. PM and PN are the two congruent chords of circle with the center C, and the ray is passing, that is PC ray is passing. We have to show that this is the angle bisector of the angle NPM. So given C is the center of the circle, C is the center of the circle. Segment PM and PN are two congruent chords. Are two congruent chords. That is PM is congruent to PN. What we have to prove? We have to prove that this ray PC is the bisector of the angle NPM. Ray PC is the bisector of angle NPM. In triangle PCM and triangle PCN, when we observe the triangle PCM and PCN, in triangle PCM and triangle PCN, PM is congruent to PN. Segment PM is congruent to segment PN as it is given, that is those two are the congruent chords. So PM is congruent to PN. Next PC is congruent to PC. So one side we have got now congruent. Next side, that is PC. In the triangle PCM and for the triangle PCN, PC is common for both the triangles. So we can write PC is congruent to PC, common side of both the triangles. Now CM and CN. CM is congruent to CN. Segment CM is congruent to segment CN. They are the radius of the circle, they are the radii of the same circle, and we know that the radius of the same circle are congruent. So CM and CN are congruent. So first we got PM is congruent to PN, we got one side congruent here, then PC is congruent to PC, we got the second side also here, and the third as the radius. So from SSS congruent criteria, triangle PCM is congruent to triangle PCN. If these two triangles are congruent, if PCM and PCN, if these two triangles are congruent, then their angles are also congruent. So angle MPC is congruent to angle NPC. Angle MPC is congruent to angle NPC. So if they are congruent, then they are also equal by the as they are the corresponding angles of the congruent triangle. So angle MPC is equal to angle NPC. So the ray PC bisects the angle NPM. Next, let us study about the incircle and circumcircle of the triangle. As we have drawn the incircle for the triangle, we have also drawn the circumcircle for the triangle and solved practice set 6.3, which is based on the incircle and circumcircle of the triangles. So once we will revise this. So what is incircle? The circle which touches all the sides of a triangle is called as incircle of the triangle, and the center of the circle is called incenter of the triangle. The point is called as the incenter of the triangle and it is denoted by I. So how we are going to draw the incircle for the triangle? So first we will draw the triangle of the given measurement. Here I have drawn the equilateral triangle of the given measurement. Then we have to draw the angle bisectors. We have to draw the angle bisectors. Let us draw the angle bisector for the angle Q and angle R. We will take the convenient distance and draw the arc. So here we have drawn the angle bisectors. Now first we have to draw the triangle of the given measurement. Then we have to draw the angle bisectors of any two angles. We have drawn the angle bisector for the angle Q and for the angle R. The point of intersection of these two angle bisector, this is the point of intersection of these two angle bisectors. So this is the incenter of the triangle, which is denoted by I. So next we have to draw the perpendicular from the point I. We have to draw the perpendicular from the point I to any of the side. Here I have drawn the perpendicular on the side QR and let this be IM. So by taking IM as the radius, which is equal to the perpendicular, we will draw the circle which will touch all the sides of the triangle. So next, let us draw the incircle for the acute angle triangle. Incircle for the acute angle triangle. For this also, first we will draw the angle bisectors. Angle bisector for the angle C. We will join these. These two angle bisectors intersect at the point that is the incenter. Then we will draw the perpendicular bisector perpendicular to the side BC. Let us name this as P. So by taking IP as the radius, we have to draw the circle. So this is the incircle which will touch all the sides of the triangle. So now let us draw the circumcircle. So how we will draw the circumcircle of the triangle? First, what is circumcircle of the triangle? Circle passing through all the vertices of a triangle is called circumcircle of the triangle. These are the vertices P, Q and R. So the circle passing through all the vertices of a triangle is called as the circumcircle of the triangle, and the center of the circle is called as circumcenter. For the incenter it is called as the, for the incircle it is called as the incenter, and for the circumcircle it is called as the circumcenter, which is denoted by C, and incenter is denoted by I. For the incircle we are going to draw the angle bisectors of the triangle, and for the circumcircle we will draw the perpendicular bisectors. So first, for drawing the circumcircle, what we have to do? We have to draw the triangle of the given measure. First we have to draw the triangle of the given measure. Then we have to draw the perpendicular bisector of any two sides of the triangle. We have to draw the perpendicular bisector. Then the point where these two bisectors meet, that point of intersection we have to name it as, that is circumcenter, which is C, and by taking the radius we have to draw the circumcircle of the triangle. So here is a right angle triangle. So how we will draw the perpendicular bisector? Let us draw the perpendicular bisector for the side QR. Putting the point of the compass on the point Q and taking the distance more than half, cutting the arc. With the same distance, we'll put the point of the compass on the point R and cut the arc and join this. Now let us draw the perpendicular bisector for the side PQ. We'll take the distance more than half, cut the arc. With the same distance, we'll put the point of the compass on the point P and cut the arc. By taking C as the circumcenter, center of the circle, by taking CP, CQ and CR as the radius, we will draw the circle which will touch all the vertices of the triangle. So this is the circumcircle which will touch all the vertices of the triangle. So how we will draw the circumcircle? First we will draw the triangle of the given measurement, then we will draw the perpendicular bisectors, then the point where the perpendicular bisectors meet for the right angle triangle meets on the hypotenuse. So by taking C as the center, so what we are going to do, we are going to take the radius, that is AP, AQ, CP, CQ and CR as the radius and draw the circumcircle. Now let us draw circumcircle for the obtuse angle triangle. Obtuse angle triangle. So first we have to draw the triangle of the given measurement. Here is the triangle ABC of the 110 degree. So first we will draw the perpendicular bisector for the side BC. Join these. Then let us draw the perpendicular bisector for the side AB. These two perpendicular bisectors meet outside the triangle. This is a circumcenter. By taking C as the center and CA, CB and CC as the so we will draw the circle by taking AC, AB and CC as the radius. So this is the circumcircle which will touch all the vertices of the triangle. So here we have drawn the incircle and circumcircle for the triangles. Now let us revise some of the points given in your textbook. In your textbook, on page number 85, remember this is given: incircle of a triangle touches all the sides of the triangle from inside. So incircle touches the, what does incircle do? It touches the all the sides of the triangle from inside. It touches the. Next, for construction of the incircle of the triangle, we have to draw angle bisectors of any two angles of the triangle. For drawing the incircle, we have to draw the angle bisectors of any two angles of the triangle. Then for drawing the circumcircle of a triangle, circumcircle of a triangle passes through all the vertices of the triangle. Here circumcircle passes through all the vertices of the triangle, and the incircle touches all the sides of the triangle. Next, for construction of a circumcircle of a triangle, we have to draw the perpendicular bisectors of any two sides of the triangle. For drawing the incircle, we have to draw the angle bisectors, and for drawing the circumcircle, we have to draw the perpendicular bisectors of any two sides. Circumcenter of an acute angle triangle lies inside the triangle. The circumcenter of the acute angle triangle is inside the triangle, and the circumcenter of the right angle triangle is the midpoint of its hypotenuse. Circumcenter of an obtuse angle triangle lies in the exterior of the triangle. In center of any triangle lies in the interior of the triangle. So the circumcenter for the acute angle triangle, it is inside the triangle. For the right angle triangle, it is on the midpoint of its hypotenuse, and for the obtuse angle triangle, it is outside the triangle or exterior to the triangle. Then the incenter of any triangle is interior to the triangle, it is inside the triangle. So here activity is given: types of triangles, position of the incenter, position of the circumcenter. For the equilateral triangle, the position of the incenter is inside the triangle, and the position of the circumcenter is also inside the triangle. For the isosceles triangle, it is inside the triangle, incenter, and the position of the circumcenter is, it may be inside or outside the triangle. For the scalene triangle, it is incenter is inside the triangle, and for the circumcenter, it depends upon the type of the triangle. For the obtuse angle triangle, it lies outside the triangle. Then types of triangles: for the acute angle triangle, the position of the incenter is inside. In the right angle triangle, it is the midpoint of the hypotenuse. And for the obtuse angle triangle, the incenter, here the incenter of any triangle lies inside in the interior of the triangle, and the position of the circumcenter for the acute angle triangle is inside the triangle, and for the right angle triangle, it is midpoint of the hypotenuse, and for the obtuse angle triangle lies in the exterior of the triangle. So here we have revised fourth property of the congruent chords and solved some questions, and we have also revised how to draw the incircle and circumcircle of the triangle.